I'm the guy stealing your ashtray off your porch every couple nights. Throw away because a lot of people know my real Reddit. For the past 3 months I have hit a rough patch. Barely making my rent, which is $480 a week. Barely making my bills. Can barely afford cigarettes. Cigarettes in Australia cost roughly $25 for a pack of 20s. A neighbor of mine is an outdoor smoker. He lives in an apartment building just a block away. He has been filling large jars up with his cigarette butts and keeping them in the jar at his front door. The first time I stole it, the next day he had already put out an identical jar. I let that fill up for a few days and then I stole that one too. This repeated 2 more times. The 5th jar he put out, funny enough literally the next day, was also identical, except this one had the message "Please bring back jar." A lot of people would be disgusted that someone is stealing their ashtray, but whoever lives in this house obviously knows what it means to be broke. I listened to whoever it was, and after I stole the ashtray with the message on it, I grabbed all the jars I had from his house and brought them back to his doorstep. Ever since then, he has been leaving me half cigarettes in the ashtray. Our routine is, he smokes, fills it up, I take it home, and bring back the jar I had taken recently. It's literally now a whole system. 2 jars constantly in rotation between us both. And we have never even met each other, or seen each other before. TL, doctor, starting stealing ashtrays off my neighbor. Now we have a whole system together where he supplies half cigarettes for me every couple days. Edit, I wrote a long note including the link to this Reddit post and put it in one of his ashtrays and put it outside his doorstep. It's nearly 4 AM in Melbourne, so it was perfect timing. This is kinda wholesome. I hope you land back on your feet, Op.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I hope so too.
I hope you get a job soon, Op. Keep sending out those resumes. Only one has to pay off. Good luck.
That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
A place I used to work, we had a bucket to throw our butts in. Some kid would steal the whole cheesecake bucket. We didn't care that he took the butts, but why take the bucket? I'm glad you started to return the jars. I was upset until I read that, lol.
This must be more common than I thought, lol.
He's trying to kill you. Those things are dangerous.
Ahaha, I never thought of it like that.
I've always been curious about these situations. Imagine your situation gets better and you don't need to take the jar anymore. Hope things will get better anyway.
As soon as I am back on my feet, I will most definitely put a carton of cigarettes on his doorstep. I actually look forward to this day. I hope he knows how appreciative I am and how embarrassed I am at the same time.
Once a year I book a lodge out in the middle of nowhere and take LSD despite having schizophrenia. Every year at the start of November I book a lodge in the middle of nowhere for a week. I'm 32 years old and have schizophrenia and have done this for the past 6 years. I'm on treatment, medication and therapy, all year except the 3 days leading up to my adventure and for the week itself. I do this without anybody knowing because I know I'd get a lecture, which I completely understand why. Usually my psychosis and break from reality is very negative and scary, that's why I comply with medication on the most part. But every time I've taken LSD I've had nothing but fantastic, intriguing and amazing experiences. I love taking it and stepping into a different reality, not the reality I live in or the reality I face when psychotic, a reality where everything is beautiful and bliss. The things I take back from these experiences has helped me so much. Obviously I understand the risks of taking LSD as a schizophrenic. On my trip I'm sure to bring high-dose antipsychotics and sedatives if I ever need to use them. When I take the drug I find myself in a place like no other. Everything has meaning and beauty. Colors and wildlife are fascinating to look at. The adventures that happen are incredible. I really find my true self and are content with life. I'll never tell anybody I know about this because they wouldn't understand, and I'll never share the experience with anybody else because this is really a time to find me and experience paradise. Not schizophrenic, but I found occasional hallucinogen use in controlled situations helps my self-auditing and helps me sort intrusive thoughts from valid concerns. Obviously I don't know your situation, but you do, better than anyone else, and since you're taking a ton of precautions, make sure no one is in danger. I'd humbly suggest you file this under necessary self-care rather than sin to confess 3. sounds like you're doing what you think is best for you. No one understand you like you. Hell yeah.
I have never had a bad reaction with LSD, so I think I'm relatively safe on it, especially as I take antipsychotics and sedatives with me. I just enjoy the time to reflect on life and time to refuel.
Same sort of experience here. I have mental health issues, and from time to time, I will take time away and take drugs. Helps break the unbearable burden that is my mind and takes me to a better place. This then gives me energy and renewed strength to deal with whatever comes next in real life.
Couldn't agree more. It really is time to recharge and reflect, a place alone where you can be you. Stay safe.
Any post with Avengers Endgame spoilers will result in a permanent ban. Consider this everyone's fair warning. We have a strict policy against trolling and spam, and this is the worst of both. Do not post spoilers, do not post your opinion on the spoilers, do not post fake spoilers, etc. We have already removed dozens of comments and banned many accounts, but there will undoubtedly be more. Please just report them and move on. To clarify, this extends to anything not marked properly with spoiler tags. They all win because they all participated. I was trying to be a good guy last night and sort by new. I was commenting on people's new posts, and halfway through my scroll some jackass posted what I'm assuming is a gif of the end of the movie. Cheesecake me. I'm seeing this movie next week. Went so far without ruining it, and I should have known better. I'm looking forward to the movie still, and a 3-second gif isn't going to ruin the whole thing. Still so frustrating though. Edit, to everyone sending messages to my inbox. I haven't actually read any of them, good or bad. I'll get to them once I've seen the movie. I don't give a coconut about Avengers, it's just not my thing. Yet, I already know everything that happens in the Cheesecake movie because I'm in high school and people are really immature. Lucky, like I said, I'm not interested in the movies, so I really don't care. But, I feel terrible for people who do care and it gets ruined for them.
Got ruined for me a little time ago. I zucchini hate the person who did it. I want to watch the movie without knowing what happens. FFS.
PM'd me your Endgame spoilers. I didn't pre-order seats enough in advance, so I'm going to have to wait a week.